UFC 310. Let's go. Let's go. You know what happens sometimes? Sometimes it's better to not even bet on fights because then you can actually enjoy them. I can give you some highlights. Can't show the fight because then they take the live down and you get flagged and I'll get sued. Oh, let's go, Randy Brown. Let's go. Mike Jones. Mike Jones. Let's go, Randy Brown. I think this one's going to be good for as long as it lasts. Randy Brown versus Brian Battle. Let me see. Randy Brown. Randy Brown. Randy Brown. Rude boy. What's up, guys? UFC 310. Let me know your picks. Good luck, Uzi. What time we got? 8 o'clock. Pugs and hugs. I could show highlights. Can't show the fight. They take the stream down if I show the fight. Who you guys got tonight? What's good, guys? Who's watching the fights tonight? Come on. Let's go, Randy Brown. Let's go, Randy Brown. I'll show some highlights. I can't show the fights. They will take the live down. If you're going to give a galaxy, why don't you just buy the fights? They're not expecting these fights to sell that good. So they're actually, normally, I think, chart 79. Tonight they're 69. Because they knew these fights, especially I saw the weigh-ins and just all the traction for this fight. They were not anticipating good pay-per-view or live ticket sales for this one. The ring card girl just came out and just fucking chucked the ring card. Randy Brown versus Brian Battle. This one should be good. I know Battle has looked good lately, but I feel like Randy Brown's just a better striker, probably a better grappler. Battle's a big boy, though. Little feeling out process right now. I don't even think Battle's throwing a punch yet. Just throwing a few front kicks, a leg kick. Little right hand landed by Randy Brown on the arm. Yeah, Battle looks... Randy Brown's fucking huge. Battle somehow looks bigger. Ooh, good two-piece to the body by Randy Brown. Nice right hand landed by Randy Brown. Battle's doing a good job of keeping his hands up, though, to block anything from really landing clean. Oh, oh. Brian Battle in on a takedown attempt. Randy Brown stuffs it, lands a knee to the body. Oh, nice little switch step jab landed by Randy Brown. Follows it up with a two-piece to the body. Something that Randy Brown keeps working is that right and left to the body. It's like the third time he's thrown it. In the middle of combinations, when Battle puts his hands up, he's ripping to the body, which is always a good strategy. Good body kick by Battle. Tried it again. Landed the right hand to the body at least. Battle was on the way out for the left hand. Another good body kick by Battle. Little cup check. Ooh, good right hand landed by Randy Brown. Battle ate it, though. They're swinging. Battle just backed Randy Brown up against the fence. He's got double underhooks. Looking for a trip. Battle's got Randy up against the cage right now in a 50-50 position. Oh. Battle trying to step through. Trip him. Up. Oh, nice job by Randy Brown. Just stepped through and tossed Brian Battle. And then stood right up, landed a good leg kick. Both these guys, though, are swinging very heavy on the feet. Coming within inches of landing something big. Little uppercut landed by Randy Brown. Oh. Battle just bull rushed him back up against the fence again. Pushed him with double underhooks up against the cage. Oh. He's looking for a trip. Trying to change levels. Randy Brown doing a good job of defending it. You know, again, I think this fight, Brian Battle's got some horsepower. He's got some KO power, strong, but I think Randy Brown's the better technical fighter. Good right hand landed by Randy Brown. Spins Battle around, pushes him up against the fence. 20 seconds left in this round. Definitely the first round's going to Randy Brown. Nice takedown by Randy Brown to end the round. Definitely a slow start for Battle. But I think it's a lot of what Randy Brown's doing. So that's 1-0 Randy Brown right now. Oof. Always nerve-wracking. Always nerve-wracking. So, like, Weidman, I was rooting for. You know, I know him through people. Randy Brown, I actually know. Trained with Randy in the past. We have a bunch of mutual friends. It's always tough to watch people that you know fight. Especially when you see them as an underdog. You're like, oh, it's probably not going to be a good night. You know, the sports books usually aren't wrong with fights. So when you see them even close odds, usually they leave you worrying. Who's watching the fights tonight? You got Shavkat or Ian Gary? Round 2. Brian Battle looks like he's coming out a little quicker this round. Ooh. Flying knee attempted by Randy Brown. He got hit with a punch off of the miss. He's now pushing Brian Battle up against the cage. Brian Battle's got a tie clinch trying to land knees. Good job defending that by Randy Brown. Now Randy Brown's got Brian Battle pushed up against the fence. Brian Battle's trying to frame him, looking to set up an elbow. Randy Brown's trying to spin him, maybe look for a trip. Good head positioning by Randy Brown, as DC just noted. Usually when guys miss weight, they had a tough weight cut, or they came in very heavy before the weight cut. Usually an indication that the guy's cardio might be suspect for the fight. So Brian Battle just turned him around. Now he's got Randy Brown up against the cage. Not crazy action so far, but definitely a grueling fight. Both guys are definitely exerting a lot of energy. Ooh, just missed with a knee, Randy Brown. Oh, now Randy Brown's looking to work a tie clinch. Oh, good right hand by Battle on the exit. 3 minutes left in the second round. Ooh, good right hand landed by Randy Brown. Just missed with an uppercut to follow. Brian Battle circles off and that pushes Randy Brown back up against the cage. Definitely a grueling fight. Ooh, good knee to the body by Battle. Another one. Now they separate. They're in the middle of the octagon. Ooh, a good knee landed by Battle. Looked like he hit him in the head with that. Ooh, Battle looks like he's turning it up right now. He's got Randy Brown on the retreat. He's swinging. Back up against the fence again. A little scrambling. Now Brian Battle's got Randy Brown pushed up against the cage. Little lull in the action. Started getting hectic right there for a second. Brian Battle's winning this round so far. Close. Brian Battle's got Randy Brown pushed up against the cage. Minute 45 left. He's doing a good job working the body, landing knees, punches. From the looks of it, Randy Brown has slowed down a little bit. Brian Battle's picking it up. So usually in fights around the 7-minute mark is when guys are going to start to slow down, or you'll see who's in better shape. Oh. Just a little lull in the action. Battle still pushing Randy up against the fence. Grabs a tie clinch, lands a knee. Randy circles off. Oh. Ooh, good elbow landed by Randy Brown. Good uppercut landed by Randy Brown. Good right hand landed by Randy Brown. A couple body shots. He's got Brian Battle backing up right now. Brian Battle pushes him up against the cage again in the clinch. Oh, Randy went for another throw. Battle wasn't having it. 30 seconds left. Battle's got Randy Brown pushed up against the cage. Battle's definitely pressing the action right now. I wonder how Randy's cardio is holding up to this. Ten seconds left. Little left hand landed by Randy Brown. So I wonder how this round's going to get scored. Might lean towards Battle, but Randy Brown had the bigger moments. Might be 1-1. Who's watching the fights tonight? Anybody? Come on, Randy Brown. One more round. Round 3 coming up. Probably 1-1. I think Randy Brown definitely won the first round. Second round was competitive. Bryan Battle had a lot of the control, pushing Randy up against the cage. Who right away, Bryan Battle lands a right hand that backs Randy Brown up to start the third round. Good knee to the body. Good punches to the body by Randy Brown. Good knee landed to the body by Randy Brown. Battle's durable, though. Everything Randy's been hitting him with, Battle walks through. Both guys are swinging. Oh, Randy's moving with his hands down. I never like to see that. Right now, it's Randy Brown versus Bryan Battle. Third round. Oh, Bryan Battle's in deep on a double leg. Randy Brown trying to defend it. Randy Brown's going for a switch. Up, up, up. Yep. Nice defense there by Randy Brown. Defend that takedown. You know, sometimes it's tough to take down tall guys. They have like a kickstand. Oh, gets it. Oh, Randy Brown gets the takedown. Randy Brown going for a guillotine. Not like Chris Weidman. He's just using it to stay on his feet. Never good to jump guard with the guillotine. I don't know if anyone saw that fight earlier. Chris Weidman fucking gave away the fight by jumping guard with the guillotine. Fucked up his whole shit. This is a tight third round right here. Battle shoots again. Randy Brown trying to stuff his head. Right now, Bryan Battle's got Randy Brown pushed up against the cage. Randy Brown's trying to land some elbows. Oh, Battle's trying to pick him up. Again, like I said, it's so hard to take down tall people. So he's picking him up, and he's just putting out a kickstand. But it's a competitive fight. I got Brown winning, but could be coming down to this round. I have Brown winning this round so far. Right now, Bryan Battle's got Randy pushed up against the cage. You know, like if Randy Brown's had the bigger moments, if Bryan Battle wins it, he's going to win it off just pushing him up against the fence. You might not be. My parlay is on Randy Brown, so. And I'm worried about it right now. Randy Brown circled off the cage. Battle's definitely controlled the fight, pushing Randy against the cage. Minutes at a time. Oh, they just traded right hands. Ooh, Randy Brown landed a good left hook. Battle did a little stumble. Oh, good knee landed by Battle. He keeps grabbing a tie clinch, trying to land something big. Oh, and there we are, back up against the cage. Battle pushing Randy against the cage. That's never a good optic for the judges. You know, you're being controlled up against the cage. You got to swim an underhook and try to circle off. DC just said it's hard to score this round. This round's on the table. I agree with him. I'm leaning towards Randy Brown. He's landed the bigger shots. But, again, Bryan Battle's controlled most of it, pushing him up against the cage. And then they just did a little spin, and now we're right back to Bryan Battle pushing him up against the cage. Battle just changed levels, trying to get a takedown. Randy Brown's been proven very difficult to take down in this fight. Using a guillotine to defend the takedown. But yeah, like this will be tough. I got to go Randy Brown. 30 seconds left, but if the judges give it to Battle, it's based off of him just holding Randy Brown against the cage. No significant shit landed. Tough. You know, the only takedowns were Randy Brown's, but he didn't have him on the ground for long. Oh, tough fight. Tough fight to judge. Let's see how the judges judge that one. I would say Battle definitely won the control time. Randy won the exchanges. That is the match. Waiting for the judge's decision. I imagine that's going to be a split decision for somebody. You know, like that fight was totally a subjective scoring type of fight. Some people don't score control. Some people, that's all they rely on. Me, I score fights off damage, so I would give that fight to Randy Brown. Neither guy really landed a lot, but Randy Brown landed the only shots. He wobbled Bryan Battle at one point. The only definitive round was the first round. Randy Brown definitely won the first round. You know, and then a lot of times what happens, especially in fights like that, it depends on, there's 3 judges, so it depends on where the action happens in the fight and what the judge can even see. Sometimes the ref's in the way, sometimes he doesn't have the angle. Sometimes a celebrity walks by or some shit and they're not paying attention. All right, so here we go. Let's see. Hopefully Randy Brown. The main event, I got to go with Pantoja. Kai looked like he had a tough weight cut. Kai's only way to really, I think, win that fight is by knockout. Pantoja's never been knocked out. Yeah, so split for somebody. Fucking bullshit. Battle won, split decision. You know, if you use even a pride rule or like just looking at whose face is fucked up, Randy Brown doesn't even barely broke a sweat. Bryan Battle's got some bruising on his face, so definitely think that fight should have went to Randy Brown. And that's not being biased. That's what I watched. You know, Bryan Battle won that off of like the crowd doesn't agree either. They're booing. He definitely did not put his heart out there. That was a terrible fight. Terrible strategy. Yes, Brown definitely got robbed in that fight. You know, you should be penalized for holding the guy against the cage, not given a decision. I mean, even Joe Rogan has said you really started taking it to him in the second and third. At no point was Bryan Battle taking it to Randy Brown there. Like, they're showing the highlights right now. They have one punch to show and 2 knees to the body. That was his highlight. Yeah. Oh, they're definitely booing him hard because at the end of every round, on the screen up top, they replay what landed for both guys. They don't just, show what one guy landed. They were definitely showing what Randy was landing. Battle did not land anything. He landed one left hook to the face and a couple of knees to the body and a couple of glancing kicks to the body. Knew it was going to be split, though, because that's MMA judging. MMA judging is fucking terrible. MMA judging is fucking terrible. Again, Joe Rogan, that was not a quality win. Oh, for sure. You're ecstatic there. That was one of those ones where if you watched that fight and you had Battle, you were worried. But yeah, one judge gave Randy the third round. The other two judges gave it to Battle. I agree, maybe the second round, but that third round, Randy Brown won. Battle did absolutely nothing other than push him against the cage in the third round. Now we got Aljamain versus Evloev. Who you got in this one, Aljamain or Evloev? I think everyone's been sleeping on this fight. Everyone thinks this fight's going to be boring. I think this fight's going to be good. And for this fight to be on the prelims is fucking crazy. And for this fight is at 145. They have two 145-pound fights on the main card. I think both of them, Evloev and Aljamain, would beat all four of those other guys in one night. Like the skill level between these two and the other four that are on the main card is light years. Maybe you could say Kron Gracie and Bryce Mitchell's grappling can compete with these guys, but their striking is fucking terrible. Man, though, Randy Brown got robbed there. You know, you gotta. I think they should go back to like Pride rules, where who's trying to finish the fight, who's actually landing strikes. I don't give a fuck about control. You know, and then you see even the scoring's definitely a little all over tonight. I'm seeing because then even that Cody Durden fight, Cody Durden had a round where he won 4 minutes of the round, but then the guy landed a little bit at the end. They gave the guy didn't rock him, landed any strikes, and they gave it to the other guy, Van, the first round of that fight. So already have a little bit of iffy judging. Everyone in the chat, who you got tonight? Aljamain Sterling or Marsvar Evloev? Who you guys got in this next fight? Aljamain or Marsvar? Marsvar coming off. I think the Arnold Allen fight was his last fight, his most impressive fight so far. And even Aljamain, I know he caught a lot of flack for how he fought Calvin Kattar, but I think that was a flawless, very impressive performance moving up in weight. And then even Aljamain was such a big bantamweight. You saw at the weigh-ins, he looked, if not bigger, the same size as Evloev. Who you guys got, Aljamain or Evloev? Let's see. Who do you think's gonna win, Evloev or Aljamain? I think Aljamain pulls off the upset. But I'm having a terrible night so far. I picked Cody Durden, who came out hot, was winning, and then lost. I picked Weidman, or wanted Weidman. I didn't pick Weidman. I stayed away from that fight, but I picked Weidman, came out hot and lost. Picked Randy Brown, came out hot and lost. So everyone I'm picking, I got to just pick them to win the first round. So Aljamain's going to win the first round, more than likely. Right now, if this keeps up, he's going to win the first round, then lose the fight. Hopefully, this is where the tide turns. These next couple of fights, Aljamain and Luque. But we'll see. Stick around for my crash out after all my bets sell. Fucking judges. Shit was terrible. Fucking terrible. You know, they need more judges. That's what they need. You need 7 judges. UFC needs to come out of pocket and pay more judges so we don't got shit fights like that. What you guys got in this next one? Aljamain or Evovlev? Let's see. Bob the Gambler. Did you gamble on these fights? Fucking Reinhardt. Salesman. What time is it? 8:45. Your mom's fave. Oh my god. No. Featherweight division. We're going green-haired Aljamain on this one. Green-haired Aljamain to pull off the upset. I hope Sterling. He's definitely a live underdog. But Evovlev might be that guy who could just decision everybody. It's funny, I know Evlovov got upset with Aljamain saying that he probably takes juice. If you look at this fucking guy, there is no doubt that this guy's juiced out of his fucking mind. You know, I think a lot of those Russians are on some shit. They're all products of, like Olympic experimenting. Olympic drug testing experimenting. You know, they're either on something and skating the test, or they're on something that's a version of something that's illegal and on the ban list, and they have the version that doesn't show up. And we're off. Round 1, Aljamain Sterling, Movsar Evovlev. I mean, Aljamain's back and Evil up so far. Spamming body kicks, low kicks. Back and Evil up. Minute in, Evil has not thrown a strike yet. There's a low kick landed by Evil. Nice body kick landed by Aljo. Right hand landed by Aljo. Ooh, good right hand landed by Aljo. Backed Evil up. Oh, Aljamain just went in for a takedown. And he's got it. Aljamain's got Evil down. Evil trying to build his way back up. Right now, they're kind of in a wrestling position with Aljamain on top. Aljamain's got that Khabib leg lace in, trying to hold him on the ground. Up. I mean, Evil up. But Aljamain, every time they're in that battle right now of Evil trying to free his leg, and Aljamain keeps trapping it. Crowd's cheering for Aljamain. They're chanting USA. I mean, Aljamain's doing a good job so far of beating this dude at his own game. I don't think anyone, I mean, I did. I know some people might have, but I don't think a lot of people thought Aljamain would get a takedown and be able to control Evil like he is right now. You know, I'd imagine Evil strong as fuck, and right now Aljamain's moving him around. Evil doing a good job not letting Aljamain get hooks in. As I say that, he just got his first hook in. But Evil is keeps taking away the angle. Right now he's working to stand up. Aljamain just pulled him back, and Aljamain's got two hooks in. Aljamain's got his back. The human backpack is on Evil's back. But the way my night's been going is the guys I want to win the first round. And then it goes downhill. So hopefully this is the one where it changes. Evil has like a look on his face like he can't believe this is happening. I mean, Aljamain right now is just controlling him. He has a body lock and both hooks in. He just took one of the hooks out. Evil just ripped the other hook out. Now they're in a wrestling position. Aljamain's still controlling him by the waist. Aljamain looking to hit a mat return. Evil is surfing. And, ooh, Aljamain just dumped him. Big mat return. Oh, but Evil was able to use that momentum to stand up, go for like a Russian arm drag, and now he's on top of Aljamain with a hook in. Now he's behind Aljamain with a body lock. Oh, now Evil just mat returned Aljo. Aljamain's trying to stand up. Aljamain's got a guillotine, but Evil passes, and now Evil's in half guard on top. Aljamain trying to sit up, come into a single leg. You know, now again, this is going to be one of these rounds of should go to Aljamain. He had his back. They both had control. Evil had 20, and Aljamain just picked up Evil and dumped him, and now Aljamain will finish the round on top. Very good first round. Very good first round. I'm going to go Aljamain 1-0. But again, that's a subjective round. If you're scoring what happens at the end of the round, you might go Evloev. But nobody landed any significant strikes. Yeah, this is a 3-round fight. What's up, Anthony? Thank you for the love. I appreciate it. But yes, 3-round fight. Hopefully that's 1-0 Aljo. And hopefully he keeps it up. You know, cardio could play a factor in this fight considering Evloev's fucking huge. And they both did 5 minutes of grappling right there. Your boy Aljamain's fighting right now, Anthony. Round 2. Probably 1-0 Aljamain. He controlled majority of that first round, had Evloev's back. Oh, Aljamain just dumped him again. Nice double leg. He timed Evloev trying to step in with some strikes and blast double. And then Aljamain does like that Khabib shit where he constantly triangles the leg and prevents you from standing up. Oh, Evloev throws in a whizzer. He's trying to toss Aljamain over. And Aljamain, avoids it. Aljamain's now on a single leg. Avoyev just dumped Aljamain over, and now Avoyev is on top, inside control. Landed in a cradle. Aljamain's got to move. All right, Aljamain got his guard back, and now Aljamain trying to scrambles, giving up his back. Evloev got 2 hooks in. He's on Aljamain's back now. Oh, and Aljamain grabs his foot and gets out, but Evloev's doing a good job of controlling. Avoyev is on Aljamain's back, just got both hooks in, trying to flatten him out. Aljamain trying to scramble. Aljamain keeps doing a good job of taking the hooks out. Evloev's got a half Nelson right now and 1 hook in. And Aljamain scrambles and winds up on top. Evloev right in on a double leg. Aljamain sprawling on him, picking him up. Evloev is so fucking strong, though. You could see. Like he just had a position where Aljamain totally should have shook him off, and he just wouldn't let go. Now they're up against the cage. Evloev is pushing Aljamain up against the cage right now. Oh, yeah, Sterling's wrestling's really good. Oh, Evloev, they both traded right hands right there. Aljamain just landed a good left hand. Oh, good right hand landed by Evloev. And he caught Aljamain's kick and got a takedown. Evloev on top now in half guard. This round so far has been Evloev's. Aljamain's had moments, but man, what's been going on is being consistent. Aljamain won the first round. Now it looks like he's going to lose this second round. 1:40 left. Evloev sitting in half guard. Aljamain's trying to sit up. It's tough, though. Around that 7-8 minute mark, everyone slows down. So you'll see who has better cardio around that time. Right now, it's looking like Evloev. Evloev now got a hook in, trying to flatten him out. Aljamain's building up. Aljamain went for a roll. Evloev steps through and doesn't allow it to happen. He's still got control, and Aljamain rolls him through. They're in an awkward position right now where Aljamain has Evloev on his back, but Evloev is popping up. And now Aljamain's in a front headlock position with a single leg on Evloev. Evloev's trying to sprawl. Aljamain just cut through, and Aljamain gets the takedown. Evloev pops right up, though. He's still down on his knees, but he's higher than Aljamain. He's got a front headlock. Evloev's got a guillotine, but he's not going for it. Aljamain's in on a double leg. Yeah, but this has been a 10-minute wrestling fight, so both guys are definitely tired. I'd say 1-1, so it's going to come down to this third round. Oh, yeah, I hope Aljamain don't sell. Aljamain looks winded, though. I got to be honest. Evloev is fucking huge. And Aljamain's been wrestling for 10 minutes. Oof. This shit got me tired watching it. One more round. It's probably 1-1. Let's go, Aljo. But yeah, Aljamain's wrestling's really good. Especially that he's a bantamweight coming up. Hanging right now with the guy who's the grappling boogeyman at 145. A lot of scrambling in this fight. You know, a thing that Evloev's really good at. He just never accepts position. Never rests. Continues to wrestle all the time. Round 3. In that second round, too, Evloev landed a good right hand. And then caught a kick right after it and took Aljo down. You know, Aljamain, I think, has to get some respect on the feet to set up his next takedown. Oh, Aljamain got him down. Evloev went for a spinning back fist, and Aljamain took him right down. But again, Evloev just never accepts position. He's already building up. Aljamain's in on his hips right now up against the cage. Yeah, Aljamain's 4 of 6 on his takedowns against Evloev. Evloev's got a guillotine, but he's not going for it. He's just using it to not get put on his back. I mean, he's got to respond to that, though, soon. All right, now he's trying to hand fight and get that off his neck. He's trying to get his head out and sneak around the back and take his back. You could just see Evloev is so strong. Aljamain just is in on a double leg and just threw a little back elbow that smacked Evloev right in the face. Up. Aljamain's going for another takedown. Evloev will not let go of his head. Aljamain just dumped him. Nice. Now he's behind him with a body lock. He's got one hook in. And again, Evloev builds right up. Evloev. He's fucking strong, Evloev. You could see it. You know, positions where he should not be able to build up. Normal people cannot build up. He's able to just go. And now he's back on his feet. Aljamain's in on the hips, up against the cage. 2:45 left. Aljamain's cardio just needs to hold up for another 2:30. Now they're up. Aljamain's got double underhooks, pushing Evloev up against the cage. Where we saw in the Bryan Battle fight, the judges love this. You know, you could win a fight pushing a guy up against the cage. It's fucking insane. Aljamain just shook him through by his arm and is now trying to sit for another takedown. Avoyev's got one hand on the mat in like a 3-point stance. Good knee to the face by Aljamain, and Aljamain dumped him again. Avoyev just tried to roll through. Aljamain scrambled through, and Aljamain went to take his back, and Avoyev just threw him, landed on top of him in full guard. He's got to move, though. He can't sit here for another minute and 30. He's going to lose the fight. We've seen how the judges are right now, and Avoyev's now fully content on trying to hold him here. Aljamain just butt scooted up to the cage. He's now sitting up. Avoyev's sitting on his feet with that like Russian handcuff with the legs. Now they're both sitting down, throwing little bullshit strikes. Avoyev just adjusted his grip. So yeah, he's got Aljamain's feet trapped. Aljamain trying to stand up, gives up his back. And he's back on his feet. Avoyev just mat returned him. And steps over. He's got one hook in. Aljamain trying to build up. Aljamain's got to get a reversal to steal this fight. This fight, too, is looking like a split decision for somebody. Aljamain had this fight until the last 30 seconds. He lost the scramble, and now he's on bottom. Split decision for somebody is what it's looking like. Aljamain's scrambling. He might wind up on top. Nope, Avoyev just grabbed his neck and wound up on top of him. He's got one hook in. I mean, Aljamain's got 3 takedowns this round to Avoyev's 1. Aljamain controlled most of the third round, but Avoyev's going to end the round. Aljamain got out. He's trying to scramble up on a single leg. Tough fight. Tough fight. I think the judges are going to be all over tonight. I got Pantoja. Gotta go with Pantoja. I think Aljo won that, but the fact that he was on bottom in the scrambles for the last minute and 30 seconds is going to cost him the fight. Should win the fight. He absolutely should get that fight 2-1. But because he lost that last scramble, like if you go rewatch that third round and score that third round as just that third round, Aljamain won that third round. You know, but the judges always have different ways. Sometimes they'll judge a round like it's pride rules, like, who was on top at the end? Who was on top at the end of the fight? No, that's not how we judge fights. Judging's very inconsistent, so I'm thinking that's going to be Avoyev. But then again, like with that Randy Brown fight, Aljamain had him pushed up against the cage at one point, so hopefully they do another bullshit scoring on this one. Probably a split decision for somebody. Let's see. Absolutely, that slam should... exactly. If they score this for Iblovev, it's bullshit. Because Aljamain fucking dumped him on his head. And then controlled him after dumping him on his head. Let's see. That's such bullshit. That is bullshit. That slam absolutely should have made the difference. And the 3 takedowns. 3 takedowns and 3 minutes of control to 1 takedown and a minute and 30 seconds of control. Both did not land any punches or shots, really. Terrible. Bullshit. Now I feel like I'm getting fucked by the judges tonight on all my parlays. Like, if we go rewatch that third round, 100%. He had control time. They both landed no shots and wrestled each other. What are you saying, that Mosvar's 3 little punches when he was holding him down did something? It's 3 takedowns and 2 mat returns versus 1 takedown and 1 mat return. The only punch really landed was that one right hand that Evloev landed in the second round. I could see it from Osvar, but I did think Aljamain won that. He definitely didn't reverse all of Aljo's takedowns. Aljamain got takedowns and controlled a lot. He did reverse some of them. And landed more what? Punches? Because neither one of them landed a lot. And if we're going round by round, like that third round, nobody landed anything. They both traded like pity patter shots when they were sitting up against the cage in the final minute. Could have went either way. But yes, that's how it's looking tonight. So pretty much whoever wins the first round, bet the other guy. Because every fight tonight, except for the Kennedy and the Chase Hooper fight, whoever wins the first round loses the second, loses the third. Aljamain controlled 3 minutes and like 40 seconds of that third round. Had Evloev completely on the defensive. Got the takedowns. Marsfar did not reverse anything in the third round. You can rewatch it. I don't think he reversed anything in the third round. And then got the 1 takedown at the end and did control him for the final minute, 30 seconds. Oh, now Luque versus Karimbo. So Luque is going to win the first round and then lose the fight. More than likely. Got him. Got him. Got him. Definitely need more judges. And even, I've always said this, the judges need to be in the back with monitors and like a headset versus sitting cage side. You know, like the judges, I don't know if you've ever been to a fight and been cage side, have a terrible view. It's hard to judge fights and watch fights live versus on TV, you have the greatest view, every angle, you see every shot. It's funny, I did hear one thing where Aljo said before the fight, because last time him and Weidman fought in Boston together and they both lost. Aljamain said, if we lose again on the same card, I'm not fighting on the same card with him anymore. And they both kind of did the same thing, I feel. There was definitely a moment in that third round where Aljamain, like, what did he do? He, like, bellied out trying to get the reversal, and he wound up giving up position. Similar to Weidman going for that fucking guillotine. Damn. Jokic got 52 points tonight. Fucking dickhead Tatum. Who you guys got in this next one, Garimbo or Vicente Luque? Thank you, T-Bone Steak. Cheese, eggs, and Welch's grape. I appreciate the love, T-Bone. Much respect. But Vicente Luque versus Garimbo. Garimbo is the guy that The Rock gave a house to. Themba Garimbo. Power Camp. Where is Garimbo now? I know Garimbo was at MMA Masters. Is he still at MMA Masters? Vicente Luque versus Garimbo is up next. And it's crazy because Luque at one point looked like he was about to break into the top 5 and be like a title contender. And then that Jeff Neal fight, he got fucked up and got a brain bleed. Hasn't looked the same since. And then I say it all the time, I feel like Jeff Neal is one of those guys where any given night he could be a fucking champion. And then there's other nights where it's like, who the fuck is this guy? He doesn't even look like he should be in here. Definitely Jeff Neal's a testament to how mentally prepared and whatever's going on in your personal life and like mentally translates into how your fight goes. Because there's times when Jeff Neal looks like a world beater, one of the best in the world. Then there's those fights where, yeah, he just lays an egg. I will say, off of physical appearance, Luque looks a little soft. I've definitely seen him in better shape than this. Round 1, Luque versus Garimbo. Oh, so yeah, Garimbo left MMA Masters and now he's out in Vegas. Both guys exchanging leg kicks. Both looking for that perennial nerve on the calf kick. Ooh, good right hand by Luque. Dropped him. And he's got a Darce. He's got a Darce choke. He's got a Darce choke. That's done. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. Let's go, Luque. Let's go. Let's go. Garimba is waking up. Like, what happened? What happened? Nice work, Luque. Big right hand dropped him right into a Darce choke. And Luque's got one of the best Darces in the game. I think he might have the most Darce finishes in the UFC. Sneaky little right hand. Dropped him. Garimba tries to sit up right into him. And he just grabs right into the... No. Was that an Anaconda or a Darce? Let's see. Yeah, Anaconda. Done. Right from the jump. Beautiful, Luque. Let's go. Oof. One more prelim. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Oh. Excuse me. Bud Light remind you to get drunk responsibly. Let's go, Luque.
I just want to say first, I got to praise my Lord, and I want to say one thing, there's many ways to success, but there's only one way to show Christ. And I'm back. I am back to finish everybody. You know, Jesus Christ counted me up when I've never been out. I'm back right now.
Oof. Nice win by Luque.
You know, I have one of the best, like, crazy styles. There and strike against anybody at the short range. And
I thought Aljo got robbed, but I could see it going either way. He gave it away with that last minute and 30 seconds. But I think if you subjectively go watch that third round, I think he won that third round. But I think there's so much inconsistency in the judging that the judges kind of judge the end of the fight. Ooh, I like that fight, Luque versus Masvidal. But I do think Aljo got robbed, and I think Randy Brown got robbed. I'm a little biased on both, but... And I'll even go further. I think they stopped the Weidman fight too early. You know, like, think of everything Weidman's been through. He doesn't need the fucking ref to help him or save him. Let him fucking go out on his shield and actually be fucked up. You know, like, look at the first fight. Whatever that guy's name was, Lucas Bryce, he was fucked up. Ref has to jump in there. But yeah, I thought Aljo got robbed. Thought he won the first couple minutes of that third round. And Mosvar won the last minute and 20, 30 seconds of the round. So if you win a minute and 30 seconds, you win 3 minutes and 30 seconds. Who wins the round? But then you watch the fight before that. They gave Brian Battle rounds where he didn't do anything. He just held Randy Brown against the octagon. When they were in the open mat, Randy Brown landed the only strikes. They need more judges. The judges can't be sitting cage side. They need monitors so they have the view that we have, a better view. They sit cage side with a shitty view and are expected to score the fights accurately while the crowd's cheering, there's celebrities walking by, the referee's in the way, the fight's on the other side of the cage at points. And I've grown up around fighting. I know people that have reffed fights, and I've seen just how judges are. Some of them are fucking idiots. They're not zoned in the way they need to be. They need to be put in a booth in the back, headset, monitor. When you put them cage side, there's too many outside factors influencing the fight and distracting them from doing their job. I think Pantoja is going to beat the brakes off of Kaya Sakara. Unless this is the fight where Pantoja's hit the wall and he's done being champion because the grind is so hard. It's always said it's easier to become champion than it is to stay champion. When you are the champion, you're getting nothing but number one contenders or qualified guys to fight for your title. But when you're on the come up, you might miss some of the guys that might be tough matchups for you on the way there. They got like 10 minutes of time to kill right now before the Dominic Reyes-Anthony Smith fight, before they go to pay-per-view. So they threw it to Joe Rogan, John Anik, and Daniel Cormier to build up Kaya Sakara. Who you guys got tonight in that fight? Kaya Sakara or Pantoja? Kaya Sakara or Pantoja? I think Pantoja beats the brakes off him. It's going to be a one-sided drubbing that shows that there's levels to this shit, especially at that highest level. They got to kill time, so they throw it to Megan O'Leary. Mrs. Benavidez. So I'll give you guys a funny story. After Dennis Bermudez fought his last fight in Brooklyn in 2019, we went up to the hotel room, and his room was right next to Joe Benavidez and Megan O'Leary's. And we were like, oh, yeah, well, we got to interview you guys sometimes. You guys will have fun. We're like a fun podcast, blah, blah, blah. And Megan O'Leary was like, what are we going to talk about? And I was like, we'll talk about relationships and all types of shit. You know how you guys nag each other and stuff? And she got dead serious, went from joking to dead serious. And she was like, did he tell you that I nag him? Like, we don't have that kind of relationship. Like, did he say something? And I was like, no, I was just joking. Well, don't joke like that. And like turn the whole room into something that it wasn't. And I was like, all right, well, Joe, you coming on the podcast? And Joe Benavidez gave me one of these. Like, not that he wasn't coming on the podcast, but like, don't worry about her. It's been a long night. But she's a nice lady. We were cool right up until I made a joke about how they probably have relationship problems, and like every relationship has, where they bicker and You know, what annoys you about your significant other type of shit. But I made a comment like that, like, we'll ask, what annoys you about Joe and what kind of relationship problems you have. And she just stopped laughing and was like, we don't have relationship problems. What are you talking about? Did he say something? Did he tell you we have relationship problems? It's nice to meet you, Megan O'Leary, but no, I did not say or hear anything like that. Thank you. One gift swap card. What the fuck is a gift swap card? Uh, don't know what that is. Love Dominic Reyes. Big Dominic Reyes fan. He's one of the first people I interviewed back in the day. And then at the UFC, when he fought Ryan Spann, we finally had like a meeting of face to face. And I was like, after the fight, we'll hang out, man. We'll go get some drinks. We'll smoke a little bit. He was like, bet. No, no, no. We're doing that. We're doing that. Then he got knocked out. And I was like, all right, we're not doing, I guess we're not doing that anymore. You don't hit people up like, hey, we still partying after you get viciously KO'd. But when he beat Jacoby in that last fight, I was screaming at the TV. I was happy to see that because, you hate to see people. What did he lose? 3 in a row? Or 4 in a row? 3 in a row? What did he lose? Jones, Jiri, Jan, and Spann. So, yeah, he lost 4 in a row. So when he lost 4 in a row, I was very happy to see him not lose 5 in a row and get cut. Like there's the guys who lose 3 fights, 2-3 fights, and they cut them. And then you have those guys where they keep giving you fights, Tony Ferguson type shit, where you don't want to see guys lose 6, 7 in a row. I didn't want to see Dom lose 5 in a row. And even tonight, I think this fight's going to be interesting because Anthony Smith apparently lost a friend, his coach, his training partner. I think his coach and his friend. And I think he's coming in there tonight to knock someone out or get knocked out. I don't think there's a strategy coming in tonight for Anthony Smith. I think he's coming in to get punched and try to be standing after he gets punched and land something. So he'll definitely be biting down on his mouthpiece. And then it's funny, I was talking to someone about it, and I said something about Anthony Smith, and they were like, do you remember that time Anthony Smith was in a fight, and he started having flashbacks of his home invasion? And I was like, yes, I do remember that. I forget who he was fighting. I think Johnny Walker. And he started going, you're trying to hurt my wife and my family. You're in my house. And Johnny Walker was like, what are you talking about? And he said, you're in my house. You're in my house. PTSD of his home invasion where he tried to subdue and attack her and was having issues. That's why you got to wrestle and put your kids in jiu-jitsu. Which is surprising that he had any problem subduing a home invader because I know he's a black belt in jiu-jitsu. They're killing time. This is their 4th Pantoja promo. Don't know Pantoja personally, but I met him once. Nice guy. But yeah, he's a fucking animal, Pantoja. Unless he's tired or just at that breaking point of being a champion, like it's a lot for him, I think he smokes Kai Asakura. Beats the brakes off him. And then for Kai Asakura, I've seen him fight before, haven't seen much of his groundwork, so I don't know. That could be a gaping hole in his game. And then you got Pantoja. Pantoja doesn't really have any holes. What's up, Mrs. Briggs? The Jens Pulver? Or a Jens Pulver? Who you guys got in the main event? Pantoja or Kai Asukara? Who you talking about, Lee? He's got okay takedowns, but where he comes from, they can kick and hit. Oh, Asakura, yeah. But even not his takedowns, how's his actual grappling? Because Pantoja has some high level jiu-jitsu, especially in MMA. That's what I wonder for him, because I think the fight probably will wind up on the ground. Can he hang with Pantoja on the ground? Yeah, I think that's so. Striking 50-50. Maybe I'd favor Pantoja a little bit. He's probably cleaner technically. I think Kai probably has more knockout power. But on the ground, I think there's definitely a difference in levels there. But I gotta always have love for Japanese fighters because when I first started training jiu-jitsu, I trained with all types of Renzo Gracie guys, and then my first move that I ever landed on anyone, because I was like the white belt in a room full of purple belts, brown belts, black belts. The first move I ever landed on anyone was a Kimura, and I got it from watching Renzo Gracie watching Renzo Gracie get Kimura'd by Sakuraba, and I was like, oh, that might be what works against this shit. And sure enough, it was. Like even throwing it to Sakuraba when he grappled on the ground on the mat with guys, he would get out grappled. His jiu-jitsu wasn't there, but then on the feet, he had a couple of catch wrestling moves. I'd imagine that's what we're going to see from Kai. He might have some moves, but he's not going to be a grappler per se. He's not going to have submissions. He's not going to be winning scrambles. Where Pantoja can grapple. I've spoken to a lot of people that train with him at American Top Team, and I hear he's a wizard on the ground, Pantoja. And then we've seen in his fights him show that he's definitely levels above the guys he's been fighting. I'm excited to see the fight, but shouldn't have been on the main card. And then, are they going to grapple? I need them to grapple with each other. I don't want to watch them strike for 15 minutes. And I actually see. I don't know if you gamble, but a good possibility is Kron Gracie by submission. I know Bryce Mitchell's good, but if Bryce Mitchell tries to grapple with Kron, I'd have to think Kron's better there. But if Bryce is smart, wait a few minutes, Kron's going to get tired, then you take him down and try to TKO him with strikes or out grapple him. But I saw Kron, he's like plus 1,200 to score a submission on Bryce Mitchell. And then I look at Bryce Mitchell got subbed by Ilia Topuria. And I think Ilia's really good too, but Kron Gracie's good at jiu-jitsu. But Kron is not taking Bryce Mitchell down. It's up to Bryce Mitchell to want to grapple with Kron. At least that's what I think from what I've seen. Never know. I'm always excited to see Kron Gracie fight because of the potential that's there and because he's Hickson's son. You know? Guy, when he was sperm, he knew jiu-jitsu. When he came out the womb, he knew jiu-jitsu. when he was a little kid, he was probably doing jiu-jitsu, beating up kids in the playground. And then who's the one? There's a great match of Kron. I think it was Gary Tonin. Him versus Gary Tonin was amazing when they grappled years ago. But yeah, Anthony Smith is in here with a chip on his shoulder and some shit going through his head. So I wonder if he's gonna. He says he's coming in to fight crazy and fight just to get punched in the face and try to hurt somebody. So I don't know if that's the best strategy for Dominic Reyes. And I did see he definitely came in here looking soft, Anthony Smith. I know he initially missed weight, had to go in the back and cut a couple more pounds to come in and make weight. And he just didn't look good. Looked like shit on the scale. Hope the best for who? Anthony Smith? I'm rooting for Reyes. I'm not a big Anthony Smith fan, but I'm obviously going to feel for him losing a friend. I've been there. Zoya89 invites you to co-host. Reyes landed a good punch. Initially, if you go back and watch that fight, I just watched it yesterday, he got clipped by Jacoby and was on the back pedal like, oh shit, I'm rocked again. Here we go. It's going to be that. And then he threw that missile left hand that completely sent Jacoby on Queer Street. Then when he got close to Jacoby, Jacoby tried to bend down to like clinch him, and he fucking kneed him right up the middle. And Jacoby's a really good striker. So I think even Jacoby knew he had Reyes hurt and just walked into that missile left hand. That's, if he wins this fight, that's how he wins this fight. Reyes, missile left hand. He's got a good sneaky left hand. Like one play I thought about for this fight, not that I was going to bet it, but a way I could see Anthony Smith winning is with a submission. You know, I think if Reyes does have any holes anywhere, it might be in his grappling. But his striking has always been solid, even in the fights he loses. He loses kill or be killed type of matchups. But his striking's always looked good right up until he gets caught. You know, like you can't even factor in that Jiri fight. That was a dog fight. And then he got knocked out with the craziest fucking spinning back elbow. All right, here we go. The last prelim. Dominic Reyes versus Anthony Smith. Oh. Both guys going forward. Anthony Smith is swinging. Heavy striking. Both guys are absolutely sitting on the punches. This fight's probably going to end in a knockout. Oh, never mind. Right as I say that, Anthony Smith catches a body kick, tries to run the pike and get a takedown, but Reyes pops right up. Yeah, these guys are swinging. You know, if Smith was smart, I think that's his best route to a win, is trying to take Reyes down or catch him in a scramble. I do not think he wins a slugfest with Dominic Reyes. Does have a good right hand. We've seen him have some power, but I don't think he wins a slugfest with Reyes. Reyes is a tricky southpaw. And little right hand landed by Smith. And I think Reyes is definitely the better athlete. I think Reyes would have the better cardio of the two. But I do think Smith is the better grappler. Oh, little eye poke action. So now this is always tough, though, too. A lot of times, fights can come down to who commits the first foul. You know, like say you're in a video game and you have a power bar. Once you get fouled, your power bar dissipates a little bit. So Anthony Smith got the first foul there. So that's definitely going to hurt or hamper Dominic Reyes a little bit. Nice little finger swab to the eye. You know, like I had a coach one time back in the day. He would say that actually is foul. Don't worry about committing fouls until the ref says something. You know, you're in there trying to kill each other. And we're back. 3:10 left. Smith is loading up that right hand. Oh, Smith landed a little right hand there. Oh, little left hand landed by Reyes. What's up, Chris Nebbit? Good body kick there by Reyes. Yeah, Reyes is a great kicker. That's, I think, where he was very effective against John Jones. Was he surprised John Jones with some of his kicks? Oh, another body kick. Good left hand landed by Reyes. Oh, Smith is swinging that right hand anytime Reyes gets close to him. Smith looks game tonight. Up, up, up. Another left hand landed by Reyes. Smith is like wading into the fire, though. Good body kick again by Reyes. Smith is definitely comfortable tonight getting close to him in the striking, trying to land that right hand. Oh, good right hand landed by Smith. Another one. He's back and Dominic Reyes up now. All right, Reyes answers back, moves Smith back. Couple jabs landed by Dominic Reyes. Ooh, a 1-2 landed. And Anthony Smith dropping his hands and saying, come on, just stuck his tongue out. Reyes landed a 1-2. Oof, just missed with the left hand. Landed a left hand right there. Smith is bleeding now. Looks like from the nose. Ooh, good little right hook landed by Reyes at the end of the round. And a little 1-2 at the bell. I got to go Reyes in that round, but definitely some moments for Anthony Smith. I don't know what was going on there at one moment in that fight. Right there, as if just doing what he said he was going to do. He just wanted to get into a fight. Anthony Smith dropped his hands and was just letting Reyes throw. Reyes luckily didn't land anything big. He landed some glancing shots. You know, like you could do that in boxing. Terrible strategy in MMA to drop your hands and try to just move your head. Move your head with your hands up. You know, like I think back to even Anderson. Anderson was the master at that, but he showed us it's just a matter of time. If you got the energy, put your fucking hands up. Round 2, Reyes, Anthony Smith. That is the first good guy, bad guy promo. Usually you get about 20 of these per pay-per-view. Yeah, Reyes, that's actually where Reyes is best, I feel. He kind of baits people in, slides back, and then left hand right down the middle. He's very good at that. Definitely a handful of knockouts in the UFC with that. Both guys trying to time each other. I like Dean Thomas. Whenever they give Dean Thomas the mic, Dean Thomas is very knowledgeable about fighting. Anytime I've ever talked to him. Oh, nice level change there by Smith. He's on a single leg trying to run the pipe. Nice job by Reyes, hopping on one foot, defending it, starting to land some downward elbows. Smith is not letting go with a single leg, though. And it's actually hampering him. It's fucking him up because Reyes keeps hitting him on the side of the head and back of the head. Still holding on to that single leg. For dear life. Like, what is he doing now? Reyes is just peppering him, and now Smith just went down to a knee. I think he's hurt. What is Smith doing? Smith is on his way out. This fight's about to end. Smith is on all fours right now. Looks like he just mentally checked out a little bit. He just sat down to not get hit with a knee. Covers up way too much. I don't know what he's doing here. He must have got hurt from some of those back elbows. There's another couple by Dominic Reyes. Don't leave yourself there. Yeah, he's checking out. Oh, and he might get this takedown now. Good sprawl by Reyes. He's landing elbows. Even if you're going for the ear, you're going to catch the back of the head a little bit. Not a good position by Anthony Smith. Goddard's about to stop this fight. Like this fight, way closer to being stopped than the Weidman fight. I don't know what the fuck the ref was doing in that one. Yeah, Smith definitely hit a wall right here. He was looking great in that first round. Not winning, but... yeah, now he just finally recovered a little bit mentally and sat half guard. And now he's controlling Reyes' left wrist. I don't know what he was doing right there. Yeah, 10 seconds left is when they stopped that Weidman fight. And he got hit with one or two real punches in the 35 that landed. I felt like he was defending himself, and then the protest, right now, I think if they stop this fight, Anthony Smith's not going to get up and protest. He's going to say, I was in a bad spot, I was hurt. Weidman immediately protested, immediately stood up, and he wasn't wobbling when he stood up. If a guy stands up and starts protesting and he's wobbling like a Justin Gaethje versus Poirier, good stoppage. Yeah, Goddard's definitely getting close to stopping this fight. I'm surprised he let all those elbows go to the back side of the head. There's one to the back of the head. Reyes is definitely flirting with the line, but Goddard's giving him no warning. He's warning Anthony Smith. Reyes has a hook in. Anthony Smith is sitting. He's definitely going through something mentally, I think, here, Anthony Smith. He definitely must have thought about his friend or his trainer and then kind of thought, I want out of here, grabbed a single leg, and then got hit with a couple of elbows, and now he's just on let me get beat up mode. Reyes just riding him. in wrestler's position, pepper in his ears, pepper in the back of his head. 20 seconds left, so he'll get out of this. And there he goes. Stop the fight. See, perfect example though. Anthony Smith's not jumping up. Like, what were you doing? And he doesn't. Good stoppage. Yeah, he mentally checked out right there. Would not be surprised if right now um, Anthony Smith took his gloves off and retired. Like before all of that happened and he sat there, I feel like he went on that single leg, kind of checked out. That's probably what started the downfall. Is a good elbow to the back of the head. You know, he landed a lot of legal ones, but if he landed 100 legal elbows, 50 legal elbows, he definitely landed a couple right to the spot, the sweet spot of the side, back of the head. Up. Anthony Smith just told his cornerman to take off his gloves. So yeah, that might be it for Anthony Smith. If he's mentally struggling with losing his friend and his coach, I think he definitely needs to retire. But, you know, it sucked to see him right. I'm not even an Anthony Smith fan. I'm not an Anthony Smith fan at all. But any fighter, it sucked to see him check out right there in the fight and then just take unnecessary brain damage. You know, like I'm a proponent of anytime I see a guy even hint or think about retiring, he should retire.
There's so much love for Anthony Smith in this mixed martial arts world. Our colleague on television, who's a great friend, great competitor, our man. A lot on
But yeah, he's cutting off the wraps, the gloves, everything. He's definitely bummed out. Definitely going through something. And I don't know about you guys, but I'm sure everybody's been there. I've been there myself. Lost friends, family. Oh, Reyes even emotional right now. I feel like Mark Montoya might be telling him like, don't retire right now. Like, don't. You're emotional. 9:55. You know, it's always tough when they put. I thought this with Wyman. It's tough when they put fighters who might retire on TV. Like, they might not even give Anthony Smith his moment right now. They might be like, we have TV time constraints right now. Yeah, you got to think too. Elbows. Think of how big Reyes is. Even like a glancing, even a soft elbow from a guy 6'5", 225, fucking hurts. You know, even a lot of the elbows he was throwing and landing, not a huge wind up, just little thuds. Nice show of respect between Reyes and Smith.
I know this is a fight for you, not just because of the fight, but because of your loss. Give us your thoughts on how you're feeling right now.
It's funny. I love that meme of Joe Rogan where he'll interview anybody.
I was my best friend. I thought I could push it down, and I couldn't even control it walking in here. So I don't know. I gotta do some thinking, but I don't know how many times I can do this without it. Do you think that this is your last time inside the octagon? Yeah, I don't know. Probably, but it's been a long road, man. I want to think on it.
All right, so I think he was thinking it, and I think Mark Montoya told him, like, don't make a rash decision. But he's saying he is having trouble thinking about going on with the loss of his friend. You know, wasn't an Anthony Smith fan. Not an Anthony Smith fan, but he gained my respect. He's always had my respect, but he gained a little bit more there. I've lost my best friend before. It's very tough. What do we got? Couple minutes before the pay-per-view. Nice win for Reyes. Reyes now on a little win streak after almost being on a 5-fight losing streak. Jamal Hill, roaring boo when he gets shown on the screen. I think everybody saw him for months talk shit about Alex Pereira. Then he finally saw Alex Pereira, walked up to him, tried to be tough, and Alex Pereira was like, put the gloves on, we'll go right now. And he dick tucked and was like, I'm not fighting you for free. I only talked about fighting you for free. You know, Alex Pereira showed he's about that life. He was even courteous to be like, put on a pair of gloves and we'll go in the cage. And Jamal Hill is trying to spin it into, I'll fight you without gloves. Like, bro, just put the fucking gloves on. You talked all that shit. Just put the gloves on. Go fight the guy. I always think of Vandalay, to the death. To the death. I'd imagine Pereira is a to the death kind of guy. All right, guys, that was the prelims. Main card about to start. Who you guys got on the main card? UFC 310. Who you guys got? We got Landwehr versus Duho Choi. Bryce Mitchell versus Kron Gracie. Both of them should have been on the prelims. Cyril Gain versus Alexander Volkov. Rachmanov versus Ian Gary, which is the people's main event. And then Alexandre Pantoja versus Kai Asukada. Main card.